जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंद यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री निताय गौरंग की जय। श्री प्रहलाद नरसिम्हदेव लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हदेव अनंत देव की जय। श्री श्रीनिवास गोविंद की जय। श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 4, text 7. Please repeat. Yada yada hi dharmasya Yada yada hi dharmasya Glanir bhavati bharata Glanir bhavati bharata Abhyuthanam adharmasya Abhyuthanam adharmasya Tadatmanam srujamyaham Tadatmanam srujamyaham. Word to word meanings, please repeat. Yada, whenever. Yada, wherever. He, certainly. Dharmasya, of religion. Glanihi, discrepancies. Bhavati, manifested. Becomes. Bharata, O descendant of Bharata. Abhyuthanam, predominance. Adharmasya, of irreligion. Tada, at that time. Atmanam, self. Srijami, manifest. Aham, I. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Please repeat. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word Srujami is significant herein. Srujami cannot be used in the sense of creation, because according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body. Since all of the forms are eternally existent, therefore Srujami means that the Lord manifests Himself as He is. Although the Lord appears on schedule, namely at the end of Dwapara Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 8th Manu in one day of Brahma, still He has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations, because He is completely free to act in many ways at His will. He therefore appears by His own will whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Vedas makes one irreligious. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord Himself to Brahma from within the heart, His heart. Therefore, the principles of dharma or religion are the direct orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavat pranitam. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of the Supreme Lord, and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto Him only, and nothing more. The Vedic principles push one towards complete surrender unto Him, and whenever such principles are disturbed by the demonic, the Lord appears. From the Bhagavatam, we understand that Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Krishna, who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of the Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for particular purposes in the Vedas, people of demonic tendencies still took to animal sacrifice without reference to the Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principles of non-violence. Therefore, each and every avatara or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission, and they are all described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatara unless he is referred to by scriptures. It is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can advent himself anywhere and everywhere, and whenever he desires to appear. In each and every incarnation, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by the particular people under their particular circumstances. But the mission is the same, to lead people to God consciousness and obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally, and sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the form of his son or servant or himself in some disguised form. The principles of the Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna, and for that matter, to other highly elevated persons, because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other parts of the world. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a mathematical principle that is true both in the beginner's arithmetic class and in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics. In all incarnations of the Lord, therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the 4 orders and the 4 statuses of social life, as will be explained later. The whole purpose of the mission of incarnations is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Gnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada. So one of the most important verses in Bhagavad Gita. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati Bharata. Bharata is referring to Arjuna. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, O Bharata, yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati. Whenever and wherever there is glani of dharma. What does it mean? There is discrepancy in religion. Dharmasya glanir bhavati yada tada, at that time, and then abhyutthanam adharmasya, when the adharma is abhyutthanam, is predominance is there, adharma is increasing predominantly. Tada atmanam srujamyaham. At that time, I descend myself. So then we need to understand what is dharma, because Krishna is speaking when dharmasya glani happens, when there is a discrepancy in religion. So then we need to understand what is the dharma, because only then we can understand there is discrepancy in dharma. Right? So what is dharma? Like for example, if I give you sweet rice and you start to eat sweet rice, by mistake, instead of putting salt, instead of putting sugar, you put salt. Will it taste sweet? It'll taste salty. Hey, it's not sweet rice. Because the dharma of sweet rice is to taste sweet. The dharma of sugar is to taste sweet. The dharma of salt is to taste salty. So for everything there is dharma. The dharma of dog's tail is always curvy. It can never become straight. That is Srushti Dharmam. The dharma of a man who is born is he has to die. Isn't it? So for everything there is dharma. So it is said that all of us, all the living entities have one dharma in common as a living entity, which is very natural for us. Just like tasting sweet is quite natural for sugar. It's an intrinsic property of sugar. So what is that intrinsic property that we all have? That is our dharma. What is that intrinsic property that we all have? Any guesses? We all like to do? Yeah, consciousness is our symptom. But what we like to do, what we exhibit with that consciousness? Huh? Social. We are social beings. We want to be in the midst of people, dealings. Right? And then what else? Bhakti. We have different role. You are a husband, you are an employee, you are a father. In a particular role, you have a dharma for that particular role. Huh? Serve Krishna. But many people, they say, I don't know who is Krishna. So, Shastra says that for every living entity, service is a common dharma. Forget serving Krishna or not. Every living entity is trying to serve somebody. Whether it is serving your child, serving your boss, serving your family, serving your nation, or serving your dog. You know, when the dog you're walking the dog, and you have to serve the dog by taking out its remnants and cleaning it up and all of that. So there is service which is common for everyone. Everybody is trying to serve somebody. Even if you say, I don't want to serve anybody. I'm not serving anybody. I am the king, I am the emperor of the world. But still you are serving somebody. I'm not coming to Krishna yet. Even if somebody claims, I don't have a pet, I'm not obliged to serve anybody, I don't have a boss, still he is serving somebody. Who it is? Serving self? Serving his senses. Serving his own senses. Whatever he does is being dictated by the senses. Hey, the tongue is dictating him, I want to eat this. So he goes and eats all kinds of nonsense. He is serving his tongue. He's serving his tongue. So there was the great Alexander. So one time he was conquering all the countries. He came to India. And he inquired where he can find a great sage. Because the people of his country, Greece, They wanted him to bring a sage from India because they have heard a lot about sadhus. And so he went to a forest, found an ashram where the sadhu was meditating near a river. And then Alexander went and asked, "My dear sage, do you know who I am?" The sage said, "No, I don't know." And then the soldiers next to him, "No, you don't know, he is the great Alexander." "Oh, okay." There was no response, and then Alexander was disappointed. He didn't know about his greatness. And then anyway, Alexander said, "Hey, I want you to come with me. I'll take you to Greece. I'll give you lots of riches." And the sage said, "No, I'm not interested." And now Alexander became even more enraged. "How dare you not abide by my order?" And Alexander again said, "I'm threatening you." He put his sword to his neck. "Come or die." And then the sage, even more, he said, "You're just a servant, you're just a slave of my servant." And then this has upset and enraged Alexander even further. "How dare you call me a slave of your servant? What do you mean by that?" "Yes, you are a slave of my servant." And then he said, "Yes, because I am firmly under the control of my senses. I firmly control my senses. But you are firmly under the control of your senses. Your anger is controlling you. Your desire is controlling you. Just like my tongue controls me, my eyes control me whenever there is a desire. Isn't it? But then they are all my servants. They don't control me, I control them. My tongue wants to do something, I say no. You only eat this. My eyes say look at this, no, I say no. You only look at here, God's form. Hearing. All these things I'm controlling. Anger I control. But you are not able to control. Therefore, you are a slave of my servant. Anger is my servant. And then you are a slave of anger. And Alexander was amazed by his knowledge. He never understood that there are senses, and we are serving our senses in our lives. The real wisdom that is given in our scriptures is how to become master of our senses. Not to become servant of our senses. Yesterday we were out to distribute Bhagawat Gita and some books. So we met some people, predominantly Westerners. So I was stopping people and I was showing these books. Hey, what is this book about? And I turned to a page where there is a picture of different people who are in different poses. One person is like this, one person is like this, one person is like that. And they're all being held by ropes from the top. There are these devatas holding these ropes and pulling. Just like in our childhood, there is a puppet show, right? People are pulling the strings from behind and the puppet is acting based on how you pull. So I showed that picture. Hey, what is this picture? I said, see, has there been any time when you acted out of anger without any control? And you said things that you didn't want to say. And then you repented for it later. He said, of course, many times it happened. Isn't it? All of you, it must have happened. Why? Because we don't have control over our emotions. When anger comes, when a vega means forces of our senses, then we immediately have to do that. It's like somebody is pulling and we have to act. And then I said, what if I told you this book provides a solution how not to act impulsively, how to act, how to evaluate your response and have these emotions in control, how you can master your emotions, how you can keep them under check, how you can balance and control your mind. So he was pretty intrigued. And then he took the book, which is a fact. Bhagavad Gita gives the answers to these difficult questions, how we can actually control our senses and control our destiny thereby. We don't have to be succumbed to the forces of nature. We can control how we want to go, where we want to go. Yet another time, I use these 2-3 examples when I distribute books. So I show this picture of, you must have seen this picture, a horse, 5 horses drawing this chariot, isn't it? Anybody remember? This, the front page? Yeah, of course, but there is another example. Anyway, so this chariot being drawn by 5 horses. And these horses represent what? The senses. And the senses are being controlled by what? The reins. The reins represent what? The mind. So the mind is controlling the senses. And the chariot driver represents? So there is senses, there is mind, and then there is a chariot driver controlling the mind. Who is that? Intelligence. So there is intelligence, there is mind, there is senses, and then there is the passenger sitting in the chariot. Who is that? The soul, the self. So we are like the passenger in the body, and the senses are going everywhere. Say, if you don't have control over the senses, what will happen? It will go and fall into a ditch. It will not go to the destined place where you want to go. So for that, you have to have right intelligence, right controlling the mind, and the mind should be controlling the senses. Then you will go to the right destination. These are all powerful things Bhagavad Gita gives. So, I was talking about this dharma. The dharma of the living entity is service. Not serving our senses, but actually serving God. Why is it our dharma? One might say, why is serving God our dharma? Why not serve myself, my senses? Just like you take a tree. For the benefit of the tree, if the tree has to come up nicely and healthy, where do you put water? To the separate leaves and fruits? Just because there is a fruit coming, will you go put water to the fruit? Branches? The trunk? Leaves? Where will you put the water? To the root. Yatha taror moola nishechanena trupyanti tat skandha bhujopashakha pranopaharaccha yadhendriyanam tadhaiva sarvarhanamachyutejya. Just like taror moola nisechanena, moola means the roots. By pouring water to the roots, yadha taror moola nisechanena trupyanti. Trupyanti means become satisfied, become nourished. What all become nourished? Tat skandha bhujopashakha. The branches, the trunk, the leaves, the fruits, everything gets satisfied. So by serving achyuta, that is watering the root. Because we are parts and parcels of Krishna. Actually, everybody is looking for Krishna. but we don't realize it. I'll give another example. Let's say there is a fish. A fish is in the ocean. And now every day the fish is watching somebody who has come to the beach. And now this guy is wearing sunglasses, taking a nice sun bath with that umbrella, and he's drinking all this cocktails, whatever, all this fancy food, and he's enjoying music, hearing music, putting his headphones, and somebody coming to serve him. And the fish is thinking, oh my God, what a happy, enjoying life. Let me also try that. And so the fish comes out of the water. What will happen to the fish? Whatever you give, you put a headphone, you give a cocktail, you give nice feast. Will the fish be ever happy? It will never be happy. Why? Because the natural state for the fish is water. The natural state for the fish is water. So our natural state, Jivera Swarupahai Krishnera Nityadas. Mamaivamsho Jivaloke Jivabhutah Sanatanaha. Our natural position is, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Rendering service to Krishna is our natural position. Just like water is to the fish, Krishna is like that to us. And just like the fish ventures out, let me try this. So we ventured out and came to this material world, and we are trying to enjoy by giving service to the senses. We will never be happy. There will always be frustration. There will only be hope. Oh, by doing this, then my life is set. I will be eternally happy. Sometimes when some visitors come to temple, I ask, hey, what happened? Last month you didn't come. You used to come. Prabhu, job ke liye dhoond raha tha. Once I get that job, every day I'll come. Every week I'll come. Next 6 months he gets the job, still never comes. प्रभु थोड़ा जॉब का नया जॉब है ना, थोड़ा प्रेशर है, कल आऊँगा. कल मतलब काल आएगा, काला सर्प आएगा, तब you will never be able to come. So before Kala Sarpa comes, better you come. Because this is our natural state. Our natural state of serving Krishna. That is our real dharma. And when Krishna is saying dharmasya glani, means when there is a predominance of that adharma, like the demons, they come and try to convince, there is no God. Why you want to serve God? So there was a demoniac king. Not a demoniac king, he was influenced by these atheists. He went and asked his chief priest, hey Brahmana, can you show me God? I don't believe God. Can you show me God? And his Brahmana said, no sir, I cannot show you. See, if you're not able to show me God, how can anybody believe there is God? And then the Brahmana said, sir, can you please come outside? He said, no, it's so hot. It is summer, peak of the summer season. Why will I come out? No, please sir, please come out once. He comes out. The sun was blazing. Pointed to the sun. Can you look at the sun? Nobody can look at the sun in that blazing heat, isn't it? You cannot even stand outside. What to speak of looking straight into the sun? Then he said, no, I cannot look into the sun. Forget it, let's go inside. And then he said, if you cannot even look at this sun, who is just an insignificant agent of God, Sun is right here in front of us. You cannot even look into the sun. How can you ever expect to look or see God? It's beyond your ability. Just like an insect born in the night. There are such insects, believe or not. Their whole life is that 6 hours, 8 hours in the night time. They are born in the night and they grow up, they marry, they beget, they become old, and they die by the time the morning comes. And so the insect comes and tells, hey, can you show me sunlight or sun in the sky? People are saying there is something called sun. Can you show me? No, I cannot show you. Then I will not believe. There is sun. Is the sun your servant to come and show up when you want? You have to wait. Only when the sun decides, it will appear. And then you have to take darshan. So one should not fall for this atheistic viewpoints. We should take from authorized scriptures. Just like everybody has father. The son simply takes the word of the mother. Here is your father. He is happy. If he said, no, I will not believe. Let me figure out who is my father. Is that a good approach? Because the father existed even before you existed. You cannot ever figure out. So one has to accept the words of the Vedas. Here is God. Here is the God's instruction. Here is our dharma. Because when you follow the dharma, when the fish goes back to the water, it can feel pleasure. When you chant the holy names of the Lord, when you lead a life of Krishna consciousness, you can feel the pleasure. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The other day somebody was asking, yes, you are saying when Krishna will come when there is dharmasya glani. So Kali Yuga is full of adharma now. So rampant. Where is Krishna? Krishna is gone. In Dwapara Yuga only Krishna is gone. 5,000 years ago. Now adharma has become so rampant. Now why Krishna is not coming? Krishna is saying, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati tadatmanam sujamyaham. I will come at that time. Where is Krishna now? What is the answer? Why Krishna is not coming? Huh? What is the answer? He's coming? He comes at his own will. Very good answer. Actually, Krishna has come. Krishna has come at least in the form of Bhagavatam. Krishne swadhamopagate dharmagnanadibhi saha kalau nashtadrishamesha puranarko dhunoditaha. When Krishna has returned to his abode, swadhama upagate, and taken along with him dharmagnanadibhi saha, and for enlightening people of this age, kalau nashtadrishamesha Purana, in the form of this Bhagavata Purana Arka, which is like the sun giving sunshine, the Purana giving knowledge, Adhuna Uditaha, it has arisen. So it is not different from Krishna. And it is said that Kali Kale Namarupe Krishna Avatar. Krishna has advented in Kali Yuga in the form of Namarupe, means his holy name. See how merciful is the holy name. In Dwapara Yuga, even Lord Brahma, sometimes he wanted to visit Krishna, take darshan of Krishna. He had to wait outside and tell the doorkeeper, hey, can you tell if Krishna wants to see me? And the doorkeeper will make them sit outside. All the devatas would come. They have to sit outside and go and see Krishna. If he is free, he will let them come in. Because it is not easy to take darshan of Krishna. But anybody in this age, just by chanting the holy name, they are getting the association of Krishna. How wonderful it is. See, our Vice Chairman, Chanchalapati Prabhu, he was telling, he is working on that, our project, VCM, Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir, the tallest temple in the world. So they have to work with the Prime Minister office in Delhi and all that. So they were having that PMO office interactions, became very close. And then one day, that PMO office in charge, he called him and said, I'll give you one number. And you call number, except don't call during the night time. You call that number, directly Prime Minister Modi answers. He said, I have that number with me. He said, don't call during the night, but if you call any time, he will answer. And then he was just illustrating a point. And then he said, I actually don't have that number. He didn't give me that number. But the point is, you call that number, he will answer, but there is a restriction. You can call only at this particular time. This is Prime Minister of one of the most influential countries in this world. You have a number and you can call. But what if I told you, you all have number, not just Chanchalapati Prabhu, who is a very important person, all of us, from an insignificant person to the most significant person, all of us have access to that number by which we can directly call, what to speak of Modi, we can directly call Krishna. What is that number? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See how powerful that number is, how powerful that incarnation is. And to call Modi, you may have restriction, don't call at the night. But to call God by chanting His holy name, there is no restriction. Namna makari bahudha nija sarva shakti tatrarpita niyamita smarane nakala. Niyamita smarane nakala. There is no hard and fast rule to chant the holy name. Anybody can chant. Usually we have a lot of rules. You have to be a Brahmana first to go and worship the deity. You have to take bath, chant Vedic mantras, do achamana. And women, they cannot do all of these things during their monthly times. So there is so much of suchi to be followed to worship the deity. But to chant the holy name of Krishna, niyamita smarane nakalaha, there are no hard and fast rules. Anybody can chant at any time. Apavitra, pavitro va, sarvavasthan gatopi va, whether you are impure condition or pure condition. If you remember Krishna, then all your impurities are removed. Right now, if you think of Krishna, all of you think of Krishna, yasmaret pundarikaksham sa bahyabhyantara suchihi. Now you have become completely purified, whether you believe it or not. Yasmaret pundarikaksham. If you think of Krishna who has lotus eyes, think of the deity of Krishna, immediately you become purified. That is the power of Krishna. And that Krishna has come in the form of His holy name. You can chant, you can hear instantly, always you can associate with Krishna. This is the dharma of this Kali Yuga. The Yuga dharma of Kali Yuga is everybody should chant. What is that mantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this avatara, Krishna is removing the adharma of this age. The more we give the holy name to everyone, the more we chant, the more this Kali Yuga's effects will be removed. And on that note, we will all be chanting one mala. Now they'll be distributing malas. And anybody has any question or comment meanwhile? Can I get one beads? Hare Krishna. Anybody coming for the first time? Hare Krishna. Anybody chanting for the first time? Hare Krishna. Welcome, welcome. Do you get the beads? Yeah. So this mala has 108 beads, okay, leaving out the one which has a thread on top. It has 108 beads. Each bead we chant the full mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then we pull the beads towards us, go to the next bead. Again chant mantra, full mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So like that we chant 108 times. And please note, while chanting, Krishna has come in the form of his holy name, in his sound vibration. The only thing that you need to do is carefully chant outside with your mouth, not just within the mind. Chant, produce the sound, and hear very attentively what you produced, the sound that you produced. So that is the way of worshipping Krishna in his holy name. It's very simple. Any person, any place, he can just sit and chant. The only thing is being very attentive to the sound vibration. That's all. That is how you chant. There is no need to think, there is no need to imagine, there is no need to do anything extraordinary. The way to serve Krishna is simply by hearing his holy name. And now, as usual, the mind being the monkey it is, it will jump and try to go everywhere. And you will see also that mind has drifted. I have not been able to focus on the last 4-5 mantras. You bring the mind back. No, let me now focus again. So this is the art of meditation. Meditation means the art, the practice where you control the mind by focusing the mind on the sound vibration. Okay, so together we will chant 108 times synchronously, chant outside and hear very attentively. And now before I start, let's take the blessings of Guru and Gauranga. Please repeat after me. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So let's start chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,